Alright guys, let's just dive right into it. Because what Marvel just pulled off at that big expo overseas has got my head spinning. We finally got our first real taste of Doctor Doom in the MCU, and not just in some vague rumor or leak, but a fully showcased design, paired with this insanely elaborate light show that teased way more than it probably should have. Now, officially this wasn't billed as a teaser trailer, but if you slow down those flashes, freeze frame them, and actually study what Marvel slipped in there, the story they're teasing for Avengers, Doomsday, basically starts to write itself. And let me just say this. What they hinted at wasn't small. We're talking Battleworld, Tony Stark references, Secret Wars level imagery, and Doom being framed as the most dangerous villain we've ever had in the MCU. I've gone through that light show frame by frame because Marvel really made sure that a lot of those shots were only visible for a second or two at most. So today, I'm breaking down every single Easter egg I caught, along with how they connect to the comics and where I think Marvel is headed with Avengers Doomsday. But first, quick welcome if you're new here. My name is Luke Harrison, this is Hollywood Latest News, and here we dive into all the hidden details, breakdowns, and theories from the world of Hollywood, and especially the MCU. If you enjoy this type of content, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join the community because there's a lot more coming as Marvel's multiverse saga ramps up. Alright, let's get into this. The first thing that really jumped out to me was this strange green imagery, almost like vines breaking through reality. At first glance, it immediately reminded me of the final moments of Loki Season 2, where Loki became the god of stories and sat among those glowing threads of the multiverse. But the more I looked, the more I realized Marvel wanted us to connect that imagery directly to Doctor Doom. What we see is Doom's gauntlet pushing through this rift in space, like he's literally clawing his way into the center of the multiverse itself. That instantly screamed Secret Wars to me, because in Jonathan Hickman's run, it's Doom who eventually sits at the throne of creation, shaping reality into his own twisted vision of Battleworld. If Loki is currently holding that place in the MCU, then Doom coming for it feels inevitable. And here's the thing, Marvel doesn't use imagery like that by accident. They're telling us that Doom and Loki's stories are about to intersect, probably sooner than we think. Now, from there, the light show quickly shifted into something that made my jaw drop. Out of nowhere, we see blueprints forming a mask. At first, it looks exactly like something Tony Stark would sketch up in his lab. Clean, mechanical lines, schematic-style visuals. But then the mask morphs and takes its final shape. The iconic Doctor Doom mask. I don't think that was just a cool visual choice. I think Marvel is hinting at a deeper connection between Stark tech and Doom's design. Maybe Doom scavenged some of Tony's old tech, maybe he built on Stark's work, or maybe Marvel is just drawing a symbolic line between Iron Man and Doom, two geniuses, two men in armor, but on totally opposite ends of morality. The next flash is brutal. We see Doom seemingly tearing the spine out of another character, which is straight out of Hickman's Secret Wars comics, where Doom casually rips out Thanos' skull. But here's the detail that really got me. The shot is tinted in red, and Doom's armor glows with blue energy, almost like he's channeling an arc reactor. Look closely at the legs in that shot too. They don't entirely match Doom's armor. They actually look a little more like Iron Man's Mark VII design. So, is Doom killing Thanos here? Or is Marvel remixing it to show him defeating a variant of Iron Man, or maybe even another multiversal hero we care about? My gut tells me it won't actually be Thanos. Marvel has already gone back to that, well, and what if? And Multiverse of Madness. They don't want to repeat themselves. Instead, I think Doom will showcase his power by eliminating someone else huge. Maybe even a mutant like Magneto or another Omega-level character introduced before Secret Wars. Either way, the point is clear. They're setting Doom up as a villain who doesn't just talk big, he instantly proves he's above anyone else we've seen so far. Another shot showed Doom unleashing shards of glass-like fragments outward. And if you've seen What If, you'll instantly recognize it as the same kind of multiversal shards they use to symbolize different universes breaking apart. Except here it's Doom holding that power, Doom reshaping them. That's Marvel foreshadowing the eventual reveal. Doom will take control of the multiverse itself. Not Loki, not Kang, not anyone else. Doom. Then came the shot that honestly gave me chills. Doom holding up his hand like he's about to snap, exactly the same way Tony Stark did in Endgame. You can't miss the parallel. Marvel is drawing a line between Tony's sacrifice and Doom's rise. Tony's snap might have saved the universe, but Doom's snap could reshape it entirely. And right after that, those scattered shards pull together into a new form, swirling and locking into place. And this, my friends, is our first real look at Battleworld in the MCU. For anyone who isn't deep into the comics, Battleworld is basically a patchwork planet. Doom creates out of fragments of destroyed universes. Different regions are ruled by different characters, but Doom oversees it all as a god. Seeing Marvel actually tease this so directly blew my mind. I honestly thought they'd hold that reveal for a proper teaser, but no. They went ahead and gave us a glimpse right here in a light show at an expo. It doesn't stop there, though. We then see Doom crafting concentric rings out of green energy. At first, it looks like an arc reactor again, that circular shape with pointed ends, but then it expands into multiple rings, rotating like a gyroscope. Immediately, I thought of two things: the 10 rings from Shang-Chi and Kang's time chair. Both are built around this same visual language of overlapping rings, pulsing energy, and ancient power. It feels like Marvel is tying all of this together, hinting that Doom may be tapping into the same source of energy that powers those relics. Even crazier, in the center of those rings was a strange green symbol. It looked part arcane, part technological, and honestly, it even gave off Loki vibes with the horn-like shapes. I couldn't match it exactly to any known MCU symbol, which makes me think this might be Marvel's way of introducing Doom's unique brand of magic tech hybrid power. The idea that Doom could combine Stark tech, ancient relic energy, and sorcery makes him absolutely terrifying. He's basically every threat we've seen so far rolled into one. And then came the mic drop moment, 4 glowing emblems appearing one after another. The Avengers A, the Black Panther symbol, the Fantastic Four's logo, and finally, the X-Men's iconic X. That's Marvel flat out telling us these are the major factions going into Avengers Doomsday. 4 teams, all with stakes in the fight against Doom. And notice, no Guardians logo, no Eternals, no Thunderbolts. Marvel is narrowing the focus to the most essential players. I have to say, I've been covering Marvel breakdowns for years, and I honestly don't think I've ever found this much symbolism packed into a non-trailer. The fact that this was just a light show, meant for fans in Shanghai, and Marvel still stuffed it with enough teases to outline the entire roadmap for Doomsday, that tells me they are fully leaning into Doom as the centerpiece of the multiverse saga. And here's the kicker. If Marvel is already this confident showing Battleworld in a light show, just imagine what the actual Doomsday teaser is going to look like. My guess is we won't get that until sometime late next summer, but when it hits, it's going to break the internet. So yeah, that's everything I caught in this light show. I'm sure the more I watch it, the more little details will pop out, and when they do, I'll definitely do a follow-up breakdown. But for now, the big takeaways are: Doom is coming for Loki's spot at the center of the multiverse. His power is being tied to Tony Stark in multiple symbolic ways. Battleworld is officially teased, and the Avengers, Wakanda, Fantastic Four, and X-Men will be the key players against him. Honestly, guys, I couldn't be more excited. Doom has always been one of my favorite Marvel villains, and seeing him finally get this kind of setup in the MCU feels surreal. That's going to wrap it up for today's breakdown. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and geeking out over these details. If you enjoyed this video, please drop a like, leave a comment with your theories, and subscribe to Hollywood Latest News so you don't miss future breakdowns. And if you want to go the extra mile to support what I do here, YouTube now has the Super Thanks feature. You can tip directly on the video, up to $20, and it goes a long way in helping me keep this channel running. Thanks again for watching. I'm Luke Harrison, and I'll catch you in the next one.